Hello, so this video is for anyone who has purchased a Gerber fixed blade strong arm knife and has any kind of doubt if their knife is counterfeit or not. I have purchased a knife on eBay. Of course, everybody says don't buy your knives from eBay, but I did anyways. It's actually this knife on the left is the fake knife. And I purchased the knife. It was around $50. It was listed as new condition. It was listed as a Gerber strong arm, coyote brown. The eBay seller had no negative feedback. And the price point was just under what a Gerber strong arm is going for on Blade HQ or Amazon. It's only $10 or maybe $12 less. So it didn't throw up any red flags. Most of the research that I've done shows that the fake knives were going for $15 or $20, like a ridiculously small amount. And so I didn't have any second thoughts about it until after I purchased the knife. And then I looked at the seller's history of selling, and he was fairly new, and he had only listed Gerber strong arm knives on his items for sale. And lastly, the knife came from Florida, which I had read on a forum that beware of fake knives, fake Gerber strong arms coming out of Florida. So the only other video that I could find comparing the fake versus the real knife was in a different language. I'm not sure what language. I think it was German or something, or maybe Swedish. And if you watch the video, you can kind of get an understanding of the differences that the guy is explaining. But I want to show you that the fake knife that he had is different from the fake knife that I've got. In other words, the fake knife that I have is a little bit better quality. Some of the signs that he had are not displayed in this knife. And I don't condone anybody going out and buying a fake knife, but I do want to show you that this knife is it's got better quality control. They've bettered the fake knives. So anyways, I'm not gonna disclose the eBay seller's name that I purchased from. I did. He has been reported, but they haven't shut him down, and apparently it's been a problem, and they don't show any interest in shutting him down. So let's get into it. We'll first compare the packaging. So again, this is the fake side and this is the real side. And the fake knife came with a smaller, thinner box. It actually has a little bit of a nicer pattern on it, little hex honeycomb pattern. It's got the Gerber symbol, says Gerber on there, has some warranty information, stuff like that on the back. Now, the real box on the right has something similar, but it's smaller. Also, the real box has this white sticker. I don't know if this just came from the company. Now, I purchased this knife from a certified Gerber seller, so I know it's real. Anyway, so the small bikes, the knife came inside here. Go back over here so we don't get confused. The fake knives. The knife came inside, only wrapped in bubble wrap. So I actually have the bubble wrap in there. You see. The knife was inside the bubble wrap, and this piece of paper was in there. And it's kind of poor quality. It's just a simple front and back, and when you look at the front, you can see right here this white line as if they didn't cut it all the way. It was real wrinkled like this, and this was inside of here, and that was all that was in the box. Of course, if you don't have a real one, you don't know any better, so that really isn't a good comparison unless you're watching this video, and then you can compare it. The real knife comes in a bigger box, and it has an insert trying to do this while holding the camera. 1 second. There it is. Okay, so the knife came inside the insert, and also there was larger instructions. Not instructions, but yeah, I guess instructions for the sheath. And better quality, it's bigger. Also came with these 2 other pieces of paper. I don't know if it's for warranty. I'm not really going to get into too much, but came with those as well. And that's on the real knife. Okay, so let's actually look at the knives themselves. And this is really interesting. Okay, so fake, real. The color is a little bit different. You can see this one's just a tad bit darker depending on your phone. The sheath is damn close. I mean, really close. If you didn't have a real one, I don't think you would know. Now, I actually called Gerber and talked to somebody on the phone and told him what I had when I received this knife. And he said, yeah, I can't really tell you for sure. It sounds like it might be a fake. And then when we got into the packaging, he said, yeah, we don't put bubble wrap, so it might be a fake. But he could not confirm it. So he said to email some pictures, and I did, and I have not received a response from them. And I'm wondering if they're having a hard time figuring it out. But anyway, so if you were just looking at these 2, you may see a minor thing here or there, side by side. I showed some people and told them, hey, can you figure out which one's real and which one's fake? And about half of them could do it. And I showed about maybe 10 people at my job. And so that tells me that there's no way. If you're just buying the knife for the first time, there's no way you're going to know the difference. So right here, you'll see this quality right here is a little bit, I don't know, there's like a lip on there versus that one, it does not have one. So if yours has like a little rough edges here, even in the holes, they're not all the way cut out versus this one they are. But everything, I mean, it is damn close if you don't know the difference. And the knives themselves, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me take this out. So the sheath, I noticed this one has black stitching right here on this side, and this one has the matching color of this material. The snaps look pretty similar. Although, you know what I just noticed is that they're reversed. I just noticed that right now. So that's something that you could tell if your male snap isn't on the right. That could be a sign. The color in this is a little bit different versus this. It's similar. It's closer together. On the back side, I noticed in the video of the other language that the fake one had a different back here. I think it was longer. But as you can see, they've matched that, and it's close. I mean, it's identical. But every little part is almost spot on. You just see a little finish. You know, this is a little cleaner and this one's not. I noticed the ends of these are sealed with a darker, I don't know if that's a rubber or what, or maybe it's burned. Versus that, it's cleaner. This was actually black. I rubbed it on accident, so that was actually black. And even this one, you can see it rubbed a little bit. But yeah, that's the differences in the sheath. Really minor. Now, one thing in the video that the guy shows is that on a real Gerber, when you put the knife into the sheath, I'm going to do this one hand. When you put the knife into the sheath, okay, and you go to push it in, it makes a nice clicking noise. And then he took the other knife, the fake knife, and he put it in there. All right. And when he put it in, it kind of mushed in, and it didn't go all the way. So it did go all the way, but it was mushed in. But I'll show you. This one clicks too. So that was also another thing that I noticed they got better on the quality. So the knives themselves, all right, this is the fake and this is the real. Now, this coating was black. I actually sharpened this. This knife came dull, very dull. This knife came super sharp. This is the fake, this is the real. So when I sharpened it, I scuffed this on my little angle thing that I have. Otherwise, it would be black, and it was pretty close to this. The only thing is the bevel, or the edge, comes further down compared to the real knife. The real knife has a smaller drop point versus this one. This one has a deeper drop point, but the grinds are pretty close. Now, this one was not sharp at all, so that's another thing. If your knife does not come sharp, then you probably have a fake. The pattern on the knife is pretty close. Down here, you'll see on the other side, there's a little bit of paint from the black that's or from the tan that's gone onto the black. Here's a good way that you might be able to tell. The lanyard hole is not even on that one. It's not centered. On that one, it is centered. So that's a good way of telling the difference between the two. And when you actually look at the marks, they're so close. Now, when you flip it over, you can tell the font is a little bit bigger on the real one. The numbers are a little bit smaller and spaced together versus the fake one. But again, really close pattern. Now there's, you see the rubber kind of, I said the paint, but it's the rubber kind of comes over and it's not as clean. But yeah, that's really the only difference. I have no idea what steel is made from that one. I believe this is 420. Like I said, this is super sharp when it came in. So if you've got a Gerber Strongarm and you're trying to determine if it's fake, those are some of the things to look for. Hopefully, if you buy a used knife, you can check it out that way. Hopefully this helps people in the future when they're purchasing their knives. Alrighty, thank you.